Welcome to the first episode of DDW Tonight. I'm your host, I'm Drew Sheck, Commissioner of the League. I'm here with Ike Dennison and Jack Stadler and Matthew Gutschall, three important people of the league. We have Ike, who's the commissioner, or no, sorry, let me rephrase that, co-commissioner of the
I
league,
wish.
and he is also the manager of the Grasshoppers. Then we have Jack Statler, who is the manager of the Yard Goats, and Timmy, who has his own wiffle ball league. If you've not checked them out, go check them out. HWL. I will definitely have to go and add a link or something to this video. So let's go ahead and talk about, we got the playoffs coming up in March. Let's start with Ike. Ike, your Grasshoppers team, you guys are leading the West. How does it feel?
It feels good. I mean, we have a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouths, I think, given how we ended the summer. I thought earlier this spring, we started out 6-0, playing really well, and then I think starting in the Memorial Day tournament, we just had some inconsistency with the pitching, and I think we're living off the home run ball a little bit too much offensively. But overall, I still feel really good with our squad with Timmy whenever he can show up, and then Seth and Easton. I think we have a really good squad, so
I
I'm
agree.
confident.
Setup wise, you guys probably have one of the best lineups in the league. I mean, you
Oh
have
yeah,
pretty much all. You have it all. You have two rookies. You have Seth and Easton. Let's talk about them a little bit. What's your opinions on them? Seth kind of was looking a little rocky last game. Like, how are we feeling? Easton, a little bit of a wild card, hasn't showed up a lot. Like, how are we feeling?
you know, I'll start with Seth. I think you're looking back at the first series. He could have been an MVP candidate after that. I think he had like 6 home runs. A phenomenal
Oh yeah,
series.
oh yeah, easily. Definitely could have been a rookie of the year. I mean,
Rookie of the
he was
year,
up there.
MVP, could be anything.
Up
Oh yeah,
there.
and
Then it
then
just all fell apart.
yeah, one here. I'll say this: he had one bad series. Baseball with football, it's a tough game. Uh, we ran into a tough pitching staff with Aaron and Dink that
Oh
series,
yeah.
so I can see why he struggled.
That team
And
definitely surprised me as far as their offensive and defensive capabilities that game. So, yeah,
yeah,
they definitely came out and they were ready to play some more football, that's for sure.
yeah, I got a few trade offers for Seth after that. I think people could sense, he was a little frustrated. I was a little frustrated, but overall, it took some days to think about it. And I just know he's a vital part to our team, and he's going to rebound, and I'm confident.
With, this all keep two players, lose one or two rule, who are you looking to lose as far as, you're going to obviously keep Timmy, but who are you going to lose as far as that? Who's going to the draft? That's everyone's question for your team.
Um, Man, this is going to be a tough one. It's probably going to be something I'm going to have to really think about over the next few weeks. Um, with Seth, I think hitting wise, I think he's really good. I'm not going to overreact over one series. Eason, his pitching, for the two series that he was with us was really solid too. Sometimes the bat's not there, but overall, I think they're both bring good tool sets, and I think it's a good problem for me to have because I think either way, I think I'm bringing back a solid player. Um, if I had to say right now, I'm probably leaning Seth at the moment,
Wow. That is not
but
who I expected you to say at all. I expected you to go Easton. Wow. Let me hear the
it's
thought
tough.
process. Let me hear the thought process. Me personally, you know, I'm not a manager, but just looking at it, I saw that, Easton didn't come to a lot. Okay. He came to the Memorial Day tournament and I think he came to opening day, which was not a lot. Okay. You guys had what? I think you guys had four series that he could have came to, three or four.
Mhm.
He only showed up to two, you know. And then Seth, like you said, again, he now that I think about it, he had about the same turnout, you know what I mean? So I'm not really
Yeah,
sure, but I think, that is totally your decision. I support it personally. I just don't know as far as are you gonna keep Easton as more of a pitching aspect to the team, or are you gonna bring him
yeah,
more as just an all around player?
for sure. I can't really say. I guess my thought process on it is just I feel like I saw Seth. I feel like Seth at his peak, what he did that first series, just I think shows me a lot. I can't take anything away from Easton either. I think they're both really good players,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's going to be a hard decision either way. I think me and Jack have had some talks with some trades, so that I'm not sure how everything's going to look by then.
Yeah, that
So
is
I mean,
true.
we can talk. Obviously,
Yeah,
once we get to Jack, we'll talk about that. But right now, it's very tough. So it's hard for me to really give you a clear answer.
yeah, that is completely fair. Jack, let's talk about you for a little bit. Jack,
Yeah.
let's talk about you. So, coming out from the spring, you guys were second seed. You guys were looking good. Then Memorial Day happened and you guys completely lost it. And you guys ended up not even clinching the playoffs. How does that feel? What's your are you thinking this year's gonna be a rebuild? Are you going for it all? Like I need to hear your thought process this year.
So one of the big things was we didn't have a key ace on the mound, Like me and Grayson are solid. We didn't have Isaiah due to his shoulder, but we're hoping to have Isaiah back next year, which he's not a terrible pitcher. So there's three solid right there, but we're missing that clear ace, that clear shutdown guy who we can go to in the key moments in the game threes of each series that can
I
clinch us a series win.
I can completely agree. That is the only thing with the Wood Ducks right now that is just tearing us apart. Is we have Brady and I, we do a decent job, but as far as the third guy goes, we don't really have anybody. And that's I think going into the draft, you have first pick. Who are we looking for? Are we looking for a pitcher? Are we looking for?
I want more of a combo, Like I like to get the combo guys, the guys who can produce on offense and the defensive side. Good solid fielder too. I just need someone that's an all around decent like contributor.
You need an athlete. You need an athlete. I 100% agree. You need someone that's going to put in the work. I think Isaiah coming back is going to be huge for your team. He had some control problems, but that was obvious because of his shoulder. He's going to come back. He's going to come back healthy. I think he's going to get some control on hopefully his pitches. And I think, he could be a pretty, you guys have the tools to be a top contender team. Okay. And like you said, the East compared to the West, in my opinion, the East Conference is just a little bit under the West. Now, I'm a little, because I am from the West Conference, but I believe that the East Conference is a little bit of an easier conference as far as right now goes. But I think you guys can seriously be a contender next year as far as the East Conference goes. What's your opinions on that? Do you think you will have a successful season next year, or do you think it's just gonna kind of snowball from
I
this
think
year? And
we I think we will because we had some turnout problems also at the end of the year because I
yeah,
was running with a three-man roster at the end of the year, like closing bit. So it was just turnout problems. Like we just
yeah.
didn't get the series in that we wanted to, and they weren't close together. So every time we were coming in, we were rusty the first game, then our confidence would just get shot, and it was
Oh yeah,
just go
yeah, yeah.
downhill from
I
there.
think I think personally, you guys were up. You guys beat the Wood Ducks, I believe, in a 2-1 series. That was huge for you guys. You started off the year 2-1. Then, Memorial Day tournament happened. You guys fell pretty short. Ended up losing two games. You guys were what were you guys, 2-3 at that point? And then, like you said, after that, you just snowballed, and I forget what you ended the season off of, but I think it was like think you ended the season 3-5 or something, 2-5. I don't remember exactly stats, but you guys had a
Yeah,
tough loss against the Trash Pandas that sent you guys not into playoff contention. That was a rough loss, I think, and you guys were literally on one person. You only had Isaiah because you couldn't make it, and Grayson couldn't make it, so you guys were running off two pool players. Hopefully, in my opinion, I think that will, most of us will be able to drive by the end of the summer, even the beginning of the summer. So I think that as far as turnout goes, I think we'll have a lot less absences on teams, and we'll have a lot less pool players, which will be nice because I think that's really what damaged your team there towards the end. I think Memorial Day was just not very great, and then after that, you guys just couldn't put together a team because, like you said, you're running off three-man roster. Um, let's talk about Cooper Canals though. You picked up Cooper Canals. He looked like a pretty prominent prospect. And what happened? Did he just not pan out? Like what exactly happened?
so I traded him up. I traded him for draft capital, just getting rid of, just unloading. Traded him for draft capital, trying to move up in the draft. We needed to throw in an extra. It just
That's
didn't
right.
pan out, man. He struggled. He struggled in the Memorial Day tournament, and it just snowballed from there. He went downhill, and it was just like we couldn't even keep him on the roster anymore. It was just
It just absolutely spiraled. I agree. I saw him as a very I saw him as a prominent prospect. I mean, I saw it. He had the capability. He was younger, but he had the arm and he had the bat. He just couldn't put it together. And that's something that you need to do with wiffle ball. And he had his chance, and he had multiple chances, and he just blew it. So what team did he end up going to? I forget.
I don't know. All I know is
I believe
I
he
grew up
went
in
to.
Maine.
I believe he might have went to the Trash Pandas. I might be wrong. I think he did. He either went to the Trash
Jack
Pandas or another team.
Jack
Again,
moves on and doesn't.
Yeah, I
he
know.
again though, he's another kid that's probably gonna fall back into the draft. So, and that honestly was who you're looking for. You're looking for an athlete, you're looking for someone to fill that spot, and he just wasn't there. And
Yeah,
you
because
know,
we had our two key guys right there. We had our two key guys, and we were just looking for a rotational player, and he just didn't pan out.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. So, tough situation with your team though. I do wish you guys the best, but you know, it is just kind of blows that you guys were handed the short stick on all that situation. So, Timmy, let's go to you. I just saw uh saw your football league. I loved it. I thought it was great. The
Thank
videos
you.
came a long way, editing wise. Commissioner to commissioner here. I love the videos. I thought they were entertaining. I thought they were great. How do you feel after the championship? I mean, you won. Like, how's it feel?
Yeah, it was a great season. Obviously we had limited time to play there as we got started a little late in the fall, but it went really well. Our guys were really flexible, able to come whenever we needed to get games in. And as far as my team goes, we didn't have a bunch of expectations going into it. We had a bunch of young guys. Our one guy, Josh Zaleski, is one of our. I think it was our oldest player. He couldn't make it a lot, so we had to roll with some younger guys. 8-year-old Jace Filipovich. In the end, he got to the World Series
Ace.
and upset the undefeated team. So it was a great year, and I'm excited for next year.
Yeah,
Should
that's
be
yeah. Do
be
you
another
think
good
you're gonna
year.
run it back though with the Grasshoppers? Do you think you're gonna go 2 for 2 with championships in the 2024 season with both leagues?
I think there's a very good shot for it. The only thing with me is, going into the playoffs in March. I mean, none of these teams have played in months, so it could go to anyone really.
Oh yeah,
Um,
easily.
People like you could have MVP guys who just don't play the way they were uh, in the
Oh, for
past
sure.
months because they haven't played in a while. You could have guys that were really struggling that come in and play like MVPs in the playoffs. It could go to anyone, but I like our chances with the Grasshoppers.
That's the one thing that I think your team has a lot over other teams is that, if one of you doesn't have a good day, which is very possible with wiffle ball, then you guys are going to be sent fine because you have other talent. Speaking from my team, as an ace and lead offense, I'm a pretty big part in the offense. It's really hard. If I have an off day, our team has an off day, and that's the one problem with wiffle ball. I mean, you're literally 1/3 of the team. So if you have an off day, other people are gonna your whole team's gonna suffer. But I feel like that's not really the case for your team. I feel like personally just watching the game with you guys, I believe versus the Trash Pandas, you had a pretty decent day on the mound, but I think hitting wise, you've seen better. And then Ike had a pretty good day. But overall, you
Mm.
guys didn't. I didn't think, you guys lost. There is no debate about that. But I think it was just an off day, and you're gonna have those when you play wiffle ball, and I think that's what that was. I think it was a hiccup.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys are still leading the division. You guys went. I think the Trash Pandas went 2-1. I think in that series. So it wasn't terrible. You're not gonna have good series.
yeah,
You're not gonna have bad series, but I just wanted to address that because you guys were looking to like absolutely whoop this team. I mean, they were 6th seed. You guys were 1st seed. I mean, you guys were gonna go in
yeah.
there. You guys were gonna beat them. What exactly happened in your point of view, Timmy? Like, what happened?
Um, I think for me at least, my pitching was improved from the Memorial Day tournament, but my bat wasn't quite there like it was in the Memorial Day tournament. I just think for me, going from we play with wiffle balls and then going to DDW with blitz balls, it's just there's some adjustment time. It's going to take some time, but I think we just had a little bit of an off day, and if we can all put it together for a full series in the playoffs, I think we have probably the best shot of out of any team in the league.
Wow, that's a good answer. Um, Another thing here. Do you think going between wiffle balls and blitz balls is going to be is it going to be a challenge? Is it going to be difficult? Like just personally speaking, because we don't use wiffle balls. You guys use wiffle balls. I mean, is it going to be different? Like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
It's definitely different. Wiffle balls I find much easier to control, at least for me, I guess, because I've been using them my whole life. But blitz balls I know have a lot of more potential for movement. I just haven't been able to quite get that yet. Uh, got a little bit more accurate in the zone in that Trash Panda series, but I think it'll just take me a little bit of time. I think I'm getting there. Obviously, the bat needs a little work. Still striking out a lot. Got to learn to be a little more patient, but I think with time it'll come and I'll adjust.
Yeah, I mean that is the big thing. This year we're looking at a different strike zone. We're gonna go a little bit smaller. We're gonna go, a little bit more compact. It's gonna help out our hitters. Um, I think it's gonna make the pitchers rise up to it. One thing I saw as far as, games go, saw a lot of walks, saw a lot of hit batters. I think there's gonna be some rule changes as far as 2025 goes. I'm looking at maybe, if you hit a batter, it's a ball. I'm looking at just different things, because it takes little things to really make a huge impact in games. I'm looking at games where, a walk there, a hit batter there, whatever. Now the score is 5-0, and that's really what it
Yeah,
comes
I
down
mean,
to. So I
yeah,
think,
that I mean in
that'd
our
be, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah in our league we do hit batter is just a ball. I think in wiffle ball and in your case blitz ball, I think there's just with the movement that these things have, I think it's just a lot more likely of a chance that people are going to get hit, and I think it'll just keep the games a little more even if you just make that a ball. So
Oh, yeah, completely agree. Um, I think it's something that we definitely need to touch upon as far as everything else goes. Um, let's go ahead. Let's bounce over to or let's go to Jack here. Jack, you're looking a little quiet. Let's talk about it. Uh, you're in the East Conference. You're watching the Emeralds and you're watching the Trash Pandas play against each other. Who do you pick to win and go on to the championship?
Personally, I think like the Emeralds just had a run in the Memorial Day tournament that they just won't be able to replicate. I have the Trash Pandas taking that one. Like it's
Wow.
I just think that they're a bit stronger, you know. Aaron coming back a little bit, and like he's getting there. So
I know I would say the same thing, but the thing is, I believe that the Emeralds is more of a complete team than the Trash Pandas. We've seen Dink and Aaron just constantly bicker at each other, and we've seen Jameson just completely lose it. I mean, he came into the season hot. He had a few home runs. He was looking good. I think he even pitched an inning. He looked fine. And then, we saw him play that double header against, he was a pull player. He played against my team. Personally, I just didn't see it. I didn't see it anymore. I don't agree. Like I think the Emeralds are going to take it home. They have more of a complete team. They have Luke Reed, they have Brody Canals, two dominant hitters. They have Josiah, who's going to pitch really well. Not their hitting wise, but he's definitely their pitching wise. And we have Brady, who, in my opinion, is just a wild card. He can either pitch really well, he can hit really well. Depends on the day. But in my opinion, I think the Emeralds are going to take it home. Ike, what do you think?
Well, I think it'll be a good matchup. I mean, like Timmy said, it's hard to predict since we've had such a long layoff time. Um, I guess personally, I think for our team, if we advance, I would feel more comfortable against the Emeralds just because I feel like their pitchers are more consistently in the zone. And I mean, you look at Aaron and Dank, I think at times this year they've been inconsistent, but like their stuff is probably at the top of the league. And
effectively wild.
yes,
They're
effectively, yeah,
effectively
exactly.
wild.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
I saw
I
that.
feel
I
like,
saw. Go
yeah,
ahead. Sorry.
and I feel like our team, I feel like we have good enough hitters that we will hit strikes. And like they play good defense and they're gonna throw strikes, but I feel like we can capitalize off that. And again, I mean, the hitting wise, it depends because I feel like Dink and Aaron can have up and down series. I mean, I think Dink's overall probably been the best hitter, but he can also have a game or two here where it's rough. So I think either way, I feel confident. First, I mean, first order of business. So I'm gonna get into this if you want. We can talk about our matchup between us and you guys, the Wood Ducks.
I do actually want to talk about this, like, because it is a
So
good conversation starter.
that's a good
I mean,
segue.
personally, am I, you know, if we want to succeed as the Wood Ducks, if we want to succeed, especially in this playoffs, we need to beat a team in the first two games because I, in my opinion, okay, we only have two pitchers. Kieran, I love him. He's not a pitcher. And I'll say that. I'll say that, okay? I'll say that with confidence because he's not. All right. Brady, I didn't know if he could pitch either. To be honest with you, I didn't know if the Wood Ducks, I didn't know if we were going to be the same team we were, beginning of the spring, Memorial Day tournament. I didn't know if we were going to be the same team. But my teammates proved me wrong. I think Kieran's going to prove, he's a pretty decent hitter. I think he's going to show up. And I think, Brady, again, the kid came out of nowhere. I think we absolutely won the trade where we gave away Jameson and we picked up Brady. Huge trade for us. I think we absolutely won that trade. Brady, like I said, the kid, he's pitched, he's hit, he showed me that he's a contender. I believe, though, I do believe, if when he comes back, because we do have a long break before playoffs. If he comes back, I don't know if he'll be the same, but I hope he is. You know, I don't know. I can see the game going both ways. It all really depends. I want to see, what you guys are gonna do personally. I don't know like who you guys are gonna start. Obviously, you guys know that I'm gonna probably start on the mound. But who are you guys gonna start? Are you gonna go Timmy? Or are you gonna go? I could even see you going you. You have good. I could see you going between Timmy and you because Timmy has more speed. You have more. You have more off speed. I don't know. That's just why I see. I think it's gonna be a
Yeah,
great matchup. I think it might be the greatest matchup all year, just based off the
yeah, I
talent.
think it'll be a good series.
I think it just
Um,
simply will be.
yeah, I think for us, I mean, I can't go into our game plan yet. I'd probably lean towards starting Timmy. Like I feel comfortable, especially with what he did. He doesn't look too confident, but I
Timmy,
feel
you're gonna have to
confident
go
in him.
start throwing some blitz balls in the snow here. You're gonna
I
have to
think
get
all my
used to
blitz.
it.
I think all my blitz balls I have are broken. So
Yeah, I see you
You have
hitting
to go
BP
buy
out
some
in
more.
5-degree weather out here, so you can get out
yeah,
there.
I was out.
But
Tonight.
yeah, I saw that. But I mean, it's hard to know. I mean, we're like 2 months away from that, but I think just overall, I think we just have to plan around you, Adam, because like it's no disrespect to Brady or Kieran, but we just like I don't think either of them can beat us. I think the only person on your team that can beat us is you. So
Yeah,
we're gonna have to be smart with how we pitch against you. Like we're willing to give up a walk here and there. Like we have to be smart with that. And offensively, like I think whenever you're not pitching, we're gonna have to really take advantage of those innings because we feel pretty confident against your other pitchers.
yeah.
I'm
I
confident
think.
against Adam. I took him deep in the moon.
All right,
Hey,
all right. I don't
you
want to
told me
hear.
to
It,
you you told me to make this thing heated.
All
You
right,
yeah,
told me
all
to
right.
make this
I
thing
I
heated.
agree. You
Brady
did
would be
take me
proud.
deep. You did
You
take
did
me
take me
deep.
deep. You also took me
All
deep. So,
right, but you're gonna see what happens. All right, I've been working on a few pitches. You're gonna see what's
oh
happening.
boy,
All
let's
right.
see.
All right. So, all right, we're getting close to the end of the show tonight. So I want to thank all the viewers so far for watching. This is new to us, so hopefully this is pretty entertaining for you guys, especially for some of you got diehard DDW fans. So, we're gonna end the night. We're gonna talk about some controversial players here. We're gonna talk about, some of the best pitchers. We're gonna talk about the best hitters in the league. We're just gonna go through it all. Starting off, we're gonna go with best hitters. Who in your picks are the best hitters in the league? I'll go first. Personally, just going through all the statistics, going through all the stats, I'm gonna have to put Dink in my top three contenders. All right. That is just
Yeah.
without a doubt saying. All right. And I think you guys can all agree. He's without a doubt a top three
Oh yeah.
contender. I mean, Jack, what do you think here?
I agree. I would say Dink and you are at least my for sure top two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
would say
are we going top three here?
We're going
Yeah.
top
So we're
three,
good.
but actually I want to ask I do want to ask Jack real quick. So we only have 10 minutes according to Zoom, which I don't even know why it gives us a time limit, but once you pay money, I guess. Jack, what's your opinions on I know you picked G Stu to go into the home run derby. What was your thought process there for him
He
hitting?
he puts some good swings on the ball. Like me and Isaiah, we put good swings, but half the time it's hard ground balls. Like Stu has good launch angle. He's able to turn his back hip, catch up to the ball, and just send it. Me and Chun, we're good contact hitters, but Stu, he's got power, man. He
You
can
know,
get to that ball.
I could
He
say
can
that
drive it.
because I still get haunted over him hitting I think a 3-run shot off me the first series we played you guys. He absolutely tatered
I
it.
remember that.
It probably
It's in the
went like
intro.
150 yards. It like you said, absolutely tatered the ball. So I do agree with that. At first, I was like, just speaking, I saw you as a hitter first, and I thought, Jack, I think he has everything you need because honestly, the field's not that deep. You don't really need power, you need contact, and I think that is what's gonna, drive the home run derby if we do have it. But the home run derby is just a good thing to go off of hitting wise. Luke Reed, let's talk about him for a second. Is he in the top three? Is he in the top three? The kid has clutched up. All right, the kid is just absolutely clutched up in the past. Do you guys think he is a top three contender?
He's definitely top 5. I don't know if top 3 is up there yet. It's just
Yeah.
consistency thing. I haven't seen him enough. He's only been in the league for what, like 3/4 of a year so far. It's just been he's been in longer, but that's the most I've really seen him. I haven't seen him much.
Here's what I'll say about Luke. I've like Jackson. I mean, I haven't really seen him. I mean, he's not. I don't think we've ever played them. He might have pool played a game or two, but I don't really have a clear. But I mean, based on the videos, he's definitely top 5. I mean, just a credit to him. I don't know if you could find another player as valuable to their team as him, just because he started their resurgence ever since that Memorial Day tournament, and now they had Brody. But yeah,
Yeah,
I would agree.
I think in the future Brody could be definitely a top 3. He could definitely be someone to talk about in the future. We haven't seen too much from him. He just got added to the league pretty recently. I think he got added in late June to early July. He's just been added. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to do in the playoffs. But as far as that goes, I think the Emeralds are not a team to mess around with. I honestly think they're top contenders. They came into the league as a joke. They were last in the league for a while. Memorial Day tournament happened. They surprised everyone. They won the whole thing, and they've just been on a rampage since then. And they just absolutely tore up the league. Personally, if I'm giving my top 3, I'm going with Luke. Or no. Let's go consecutive order. First place, I'm going Dink. The kid's bat is just amazing. Never seen anything like it. All right. He's just hit. I mean, he's gone series where he just hits home run after home run after home run.
Yeah.
There's no question. He's up there. As far as second goes, this is gonna sound crazy, but as far as my second goes, I'm going with Luke Reed. All right. Playing a series against Luke is scary.
Okay.
Pitching against him is scary. I'm gonna say it, okay? He is not someone to mess around with in the batter's box. And third, I'm gonna go Ike because Ike is just consistently dominant as far as I see you smiling. It is true though. It is true. It is true. Ike is just consistently he hits the ball and he gets on base. All right. And that's something as a pitcher, you don't want to see that happen that much. And Ike just perfects it every single time like it's nothing. Timmy, I know you're kind of new to the league, so who would you put at your top 3?
Myself at the 1. No, just kidding. Definitely Dink. I mean, just watching some of the videos, his power is crazy. Obviously, I don't know too much about the guys, but I was also thinking Ike. Somewhere in there, I don't know where. The 1, 2, or 3.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right.
Definitely 2 or 3.
Okay.
And then the 3, Luke Reed's up there. I also see. I don't know if he's like this regular in the all time or not, but in the Memorial Day tournament, Hunter was very good.
I agree.
I don't know.
He's no.
Yeah,
I see Ike Glasson. He is a top 5 hitter.
He kills our team.
He is.
He
He's
owns
scary
me.
at the plate. I'll even admit that.
Hunter owns me.
Yeah.
Hunter absolutely owns me. I'll give him that. He's always owned me.
Yeah. I mean, the Thunder and the Wood Ducks have a type of a rivalry going right now, but I will say with confidence, he is someone not to mess with. If he was more consistent, I'd say he's top 3 ending of the week. But he's just not. He's not consistent enough. But I say in the Memorial Day tournament, he completely popped off. So I agree if you put him at the 3 spot for your list.
He's up there for me, but also I wouldn't put him in the top 3 yet. But I think he's heating up again. Just playing him in that Transplanted series. I think Aaron Eberle had like 3 home runs against us. So
oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about Aaron. You're right.
He's getting back to that top 3 potential.
Oh yeah, Aaron. Yeah, Aaron Eberle. Okay, that's a great pick. Jack, we're gonna have to hurry it up here. We don't have a lot of time left on Zoom. Let's go a little speed run. You and Ike, let's go. What are we thinking?
I think Dink at the 1, but personally, I think you at the 2 because every time I try and pitch to you, I just can't get it around you. Like I feel accomplished every time I can get it past you. Like it's insane. Like it's just every time if I run a 2 seam by you, like I just feel great. So that's one of the big things for me. It's like going up against you. It's
All
like,
right, all right.
oh man.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
think
gonna say
did
much. I'm happy with
forgot
that answer. I'm not gonna say much. Who's your 3?
I forgot to mention Adam, didn't I?
No,
I
it's
forgot
okay.
to
I
mention
liked your
Adam.
list. I liked your list. I think I'm more of a
Yeah, you're
pitcher in the
definitely
league,
up
to be
there.
honest with you. I think I'm more of a pitcher. But go ahead, Jack.
You also took me like 150 feet.
And then MI3, I personally have Timmy. It's just seeing him on the Memorial Day tournament, he just tore it up. Like, and then later series, like he just tears it up, man.
I was thinking of Timmy, top 5 as far as right now. I think Timmy, I'm not trying to glaze or anything, but I think potential wise, he's up there for sure. I think, I'm excited to see him play next year because I'm really excited to see what he'll do behind the plate. Um, he's not catching. Anyways, Ike, what do you think? Last one.
Um, so I can't say that my list is in like put in stone true. I feel like this is sort of subjective to like how we've seen. So I would say Dan because I think at this point are like unanimously number 1, just what he's done.
Okay.
Number two, I'm probably gonna have to say you, Adam. I mean, in the Memorial Day tournament, you killed us that one game, and I mean, you just have, I mean, your powers. I think easily the best in the league. So I'd put you 2, and then 3 for me is honestly, it's like there's a lot of different guys. I could say Timmy. I could say Jack, especially against our team. Jack's really hit well against us, and I mean and I feel like Jack. The best thing about Jack is he can just hit a variety of pitches. And I'm
That
sure
is
part of
true.
it is
That is true.
against
Playing
this.
against Jack, yeah, playing
Yes,
against Jack in the one series that we played, I threw him, I think, a 2 seam. I threw him a slider. I threw him multiple pitches. I think I threw him like even trying to throw a knuckleball or something just to get him to swing or just, miss. Again, he just makes contact every single time. He's definitely up there as far as contact goes. I don't think Jack's smiling. I don't think
I'm
Jack
humbled. I'm
has
humbled right
I
now.
don't think Jack has he doesn't have the power that a lot of people consider, to be, top 3 worthy. But I think contact wise and getting on base, like same with Ike, I think it just proves that he's definitely one of the best hitters in the league. I 100% agree with that answer.
I will say that one homer that Jack hit against. I think it was your team, Adam. It might have been even off you. That might have been the furthest wiffle ball I've ever
Oh
seen
my
hit.
gosh, it was, yeah, that
The
thing was
first one
absolutely
in the
destroyed.
intro.
Oh yeah, that thing was
I'd say
destroyed.
that. And but yeah, that's what I mean, I've been playing with Jack my whole life. I feel like that's his number 1 attribute is like you can't. There's not like one pitch where like, all right, I got him. Like he
Yeah,
can find ways to hit everything.
yeah,
So,
he is definitely something not to be reckoned with.
and it's hard for
So,
me to ignore Hunter. I mean, Hunter for me too. I mean, Hunter, I guarantee you, he's hitting 500 plus against me.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, he
he
owns
hits the
me.
ball.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
All right.
Like I'd even toss you up into that number 3 conversation. Like just like you said, playing against you all my life, it's just been
yeah. Oh,
like
it's
we're
tough.
seeing each other. We're just
Oh
we're
yeah,
just
it's hard to.
it's always a dog fight. Each at bat is a
Yeah,
dog fight, man.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I am sorry to cut you guys off, but we're running short on time. I think we only got a minute left. Thank you all for watching. This is the first episode of DDW Tonight. Stay tuned. We're going to try to do this almost every week. Next week, we're going to go over some pitching. We're going to go over some, pitches that we throw and, who our top 3 pitchers are in the league, excuse me. And, we're going to talk about the future of DDW, what rules are we going to imply.